Rusty Quill presents.
Welcome to Ain't Slayed Nobody. This is an actual play podcast intended for adults and may contain material that some people find disturbing. Please see the episode notes for content warnings and listen with care. Hey folks, this is Cupp, and we've got a new deal from our friends at Chaosium that's worth rolling sand over. For the entire month of May, use the code AIN'TSLAYED at checkout at chaosium.com and get 10% off any Call of Cthulhu product. That includes the classics, new releases, if you're feeling fancy, a trip through fog-drenched Victorian England in Cthulhu by Gaslight. This setting drops you straight into 1880s London, where secret societies are plotting in shadowy alleys, while you try to keep civilization from collapsing. All you need is the Investigator's Guide and the Keeper's Guide to start playing. Plus, when you buy directly from Chaosium, you get the PDF for free. And if you start with the PDF, but later you want the hardcover, they'll knock the price of the PDF off your book order. Again, that code is AIN'TSLAYED at chaosium.com. Tell your friends and treat yourself to some horror. You've earned it.
If you're a parent or share a fridge with someone, Instacart is about to make grocery shopping so much easier. Because with family carts, you can share a cart with your partner and each add the items you want. Since between the two of you, odds are you'll both remember everything you need. And this way, you'll never have to eat milkless cereal again. So minimize the stress of the weekly shop with family carts. Download the Instacart app and get delivery in as fast as 30 minutes. Plus, enjoy $0 delivery fees on your first 3 orders. Service fees apply for 3 orders in 14 days. Excludes restaurants. This podcast is brought to you by Aura. Imagine waking up to find your bank account drained, bills for loans you never took out, a warrant for your arrest, all because someone stole your identity. Hackers aren't waiting. Why are you? That's why we're thrilled to partner with Aura. Your personal data is a goldmine for hackers, and Aura helps lock it down. Aura monitors the dark web, blocks data brokers from selling your information, includes a VPN for private browsing, and a password manager to secure your accounts before criminals break in. For a limited time, Aura is offering our listeners a 14-day free trial plus a dark web scan to check if your personal information has been leaked, all for free at aura.com/safety. That's aura.com/safety to sign up and start protecting yourself and your loved ones. That's aura.com/safety. Terms apply. Check the site for details.
I'll never understand you, for you crossed into the other side, and you took it on your shoulders, kept the family sad and mystified. For the crime is not the leaving, it's the splitting of yourself in two. For I saw you in disguises, but I never saw the honest you. Honestly, I do, I know I do. Honestly, I do, I know I do. I know I do, I know.
Madam? Are you...
She sort of barely acknowledges you, turning toward you with her trance-like eyes, and there's a slight smile on her face, like she's experiencing pleasure.
Oh. Desiree? Miss Palmer, are you here?
Desiree, you hear Dorothy's voice coming from the other room.
Dorothy? Dorothy, yes, I'm here.
I am not sure where we are, but there is a woman here who seems in distress?
We are at Delancey and Allen. Wilhelm walks out of the shadows and puts his hand onto Dorothy's shoulder.
Can I feel his touch?
Oh yeah, it's ice cold.
Wilhelm. I think that she still kind of instinctively takes his hand. Have you brought us here?
Yes. Look, I have gained the ability to walk in dreams. Isn't it wonderful?
And whose dream is this?
This is a dream that I have created for you. I wanted to show you this woman. I witnessed her with my own eyes only hours ago.
Oh, one moment. Desiree, Wilhelm is here. He's brought us here.
I want to take the baby and come into the room.
Her name is Mildred, and that is her child.
Oh.
Rebecca.
Well, hello, Rebecca.
Look at her. She's in the grips of a narcotic trance. She's addicted. And the baby goes hungry.
Oh, that's awful.
It is awful!
Oh.
But you said that this is something that you've seen, so we could help this child.
You could help her, but then what about the hundreds of others? Addicted, making a living selling themselves on the streets. You know, it is not her fault that she is in this position.
This is what you meant? What we can do now that you have these powers?
Yes. Think to yourself, who is responsible for this?
It's,
Well, I don't know. Doesn't seem to be any one person's fault. The world is hard.
The baby is starving. No, that's wrong, Desiree.
Oh.
It is someone's fault.
Wilhelm,
Have you ever heard the name Mario Salvatore?
Mario Salvatore. Have I?
Yeah, have we?
Maybe make a history roll.
Well, my history is at 5%, but I'm gonna make it anyway.
Well, you know what
Yeah,
though?
yeah.
You deal with underworld types, don't you?
Yeah.
So I think that not history for you. You can make a simple idea roll if you'd like.
Well, then that's a success.
Nice. Thank
Very
goodness.
good. Mario Salvatore is a known criminal boss in New York City. He has the cover of a legitimate real estate developer, but he is known for being very involved with drugs and prostitution in New York City.
Oh, Mario. Yes, I know the name. Some of my friends at the club, they've had run-ins with him. He's not a very forgiving boss.
He has sold this woman into slavery. He has gotten her addicted to these foul chemicals. And now the baby starves. We can stop him.
We can. Well, how do you suggest we do that?
I came to you because you are women. You understand. Caring for others, it's in your essential character.
I appreciate the trust in us and the faith, but that seems a bit reductive. Yes, it's. Yes, you are women. But
I mean, not to say that you are not complex beings, but you have compassion that men lack. You see that we have to do something.
I think Father McClintock and my dear Lincoln, well, they're some of the most compassionate fellas I know.
Why are we debating? He walks up, he takes the baby from you and throws it to the ground.
what, Wilhelm?
Really?
It's all a dream. He pushes over the table and the bed, and the woman sort of sinks into the ground. I've constructed all of it. He pulls at the walls and they sort of topple over until you're kind of in sort of a cage that kind of it looks like the backdrop or the backstage of a play. And he says, "What shall we do? I can move anywhere I want. I can become invisible or visible at will. What shall we do to Mario Salvatore?"
Well, if this man is connected in the city, as you say, then simply taking down the one man may not be enough. We must dismantle the system that he has established. Yes? No?
Dorothy, I don't mean to imply that taking down this one man will solve the problem entirely, but it will be a very good start.
I think that Dorothy is a little bit uncomfortable because she and Wilhelm, I think, shared a very like analytical kind of logical approach. And I think that she's a little bit concerned, discomforted by this idea. I see. So
you will help me.
Well, I'll help you. I'll help you, Wilhelm. This Mario, he's bad news, a real bad apple.
That's right.
I think it could only be a good thing to get him out of business.
Yes. So, what shall we do? I could appear to him. I could perhaps apply pressure and make him feel remorse where before there would be none. Or, alternately, I suppose that I could use my new status to learn something of his illicit activities and report them to the authorities.
Well, either one sounds pretty good.
Perhaps both.
Perhaps both, but what would we do? How would we be helpful? Willie, that sounds like it's totally your business.
I don't want you to think that I have become some sort of demon, that I've become mad with power. I want you to help guide me, Dorothy. I've always depended on your counsel.
We must think. We must be reasonable. We must think logically. If he is in organized crime, then perhaps the authorities are under his sway in some way.
That makes sense. He wouldn't have survived so long if he didn't have some influence.
And the idea of bringing compassion or remorse to this person seems like a good idea.
Yes.
Force him to stop on his own.
Yes. I should focus on him. The authorities. He's likely bought off the cops. Yes. Very logical. Yes. Very well. I shall go and have a talk with Mario Salvatore.
Can just before you go, what do you intend to tell him?
I'm going to show him what I showed you.
Well, it was very effective.
It's just an endless supply of babies.
Oh. I will show him a starving child. We shall see. We shall see if this is a human or a beast, this Mario Salvatore.
Yes, give him a chance to walk back into the light. Yes.
Yes.
When will we see you next? How can we contact you?
I will contact you. I must go.
Wait, Wilhelm, there was a jar in your
He's
base.
waiting for me, yes.
Okay, yes, bye.
Okay. So you awaken the next morning.
Have telephones been invented yet?
Telephones have been invented, yes. In 1929, absolutely. They are very common.
Okay. Operator.
Yes.
Connect me
Now
to...
here's how much I know beyond that.
Connect me to Dorothy Larsen.
Dorothy Larsen? Yeah, okay, absolutely. So they do that.
Hello?
Dorothy, did you?
The train, yes,
Oh.
Wilhelm, yes. With this Salvatore, this Mario.
Oh, you both realize that definitely happened?
Yeah.
Make a sanity roll.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, phew. Okay. I rolled a success.
I rolled a failure 60 over 38.
Oh, okay.
Your sanity is so bad.
You lose 1 sanity, Desiree Palmer, and my friend Dorothy, you lose 5, which means you must now make an intelligence roll.
Yeah, great. Yeah, we love this. We love this for Dorothy. Intelligence, I passed.
Okay,
which is
that's
just a regular success, which is not great.
That's not good because it means that you have now gone temporarily insane. So, Desiree, perhaps you hear on the other end of the phone that Dorothy is having some sort of reaction to the fact that the dream was real. Dorothy, I ask you, would you like to tell me how this temporary insanity manifests, or would you like for me to roll on a table?
You know what? I've never done the table thing. If you want to, yeah.
Let's do a bout of madness summary instead of a real time, because I think that this bout of madness will take place over hours, maybe perhaps this whole day. And I'm going to roll the D10.
This is the fun table.
Yep. And I got a 10. Mania. The investigator gains a new mania. Oh, should we randomize that? Okay. Let's see what comes up. I mean, it could be interesting. Here's the
That
D100.
makes so much sense, though. She would go a little manic, right?
Yeah, the D100 roll. Yeah. What kind of a mania? And if it doesn't make sense, we'll try to make it make sense, or we'll choose something else. That time, that's a 21, which gives us a pathological belief that one is inhabited by an evil spirit.
Oh, yes. Amazing.
Oh,
yes.
That
Makes
is
sense.
so appropriate. So, because he was in your dreams, Dorothy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So now you feel that perhaps Wilhelm has entered your mind, or has inhabited your body as a vessel somehow. And that's quite awful. Would you please add that mania to your sheet, or make a note of it so you can remember that you need to play it at least for the next 24 hours.
Okay. And the key thing here is that I do believe that this spirit is evil.
Well, look, evil or it's not. It doesn't belong.
Okay,
in your
yeah.
mind, right? I mean, I don't even think that that's a huge leap to make. You know that it doesn't belong there. It is wrong. This is a violation.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you say over the phone to Desiree that she hears?
This is not Wilhelm was always persistent, but he was never, he never tried to take over. He never tried to cross a boundary in this way, and he was I worry about him, his ability to possess others, and what he will bring into me now that he is able to cross into other people. He's going to touch this Salvatore, and I
Well,
Just-
yeah,
Dorothy, you wonder for a moment if Wilhelm is making you say this right now.
Is he? What is this my mind? Am I my own person? Am I
Dorothy,
desperate?
sweetheart.
Am I I do not know if I am me. I do not, my intellect,
Dorothy,
my
you're
mind is
talking.
the only thing.
You're talking a little too fast, and I like fast talk. But sweetheart, think about all the good things we can do. This Mario, he's a real bad actor. We can do some great things.
Yes, but will it be us? Will it be Dorothy Larsen, or will it be just the body that once was her, and now it is controlled by something that may seem friendly, as Father McClintock was saying, friendly at first, but then dangerous in the end. I have spent enough time away from this world. I do not want to be removed from it again.
Well, honey, just slow down. You're talking a little crazy. Of course you're still you, and I'm still me.
Desiree, I hear what you're saying, but I've had enough of men calling me crazy, so if you could maybe just, alter your language, it doesn't matter. Okay, yes.
Oh, sure.
Dorothy, you wonder if perhaps Desiree isn't really Desiree, that perhaps Wilhelm is speaking through Desiree.
I just don't...
Oh, sure, sweetheart. I didn't mean to call you crazy. Just that you're not talking like yourself. Normally, you and me, we can keep things pretty cool.
You're right. Normally, we can keep things very cool. I must pee. please excuse me. And she'll hang up the phone.
What? All right. She does keep very hydrated.
Very good. So let us cut to the next scene. And I think that unless anybody has any business that they would conduct beforehand, I believe that your group would have prepared to meet again. Is that correct?
Sure. Yeah. Makes sense.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you meet again, and is it fair to say that it isn't exactly the next day? I mean, or could it be maybe several days pass, or do you think that you would immediately? Well, you'd probably share some of this information, right?
Yeah. Well, I think certainly after Father McClintock's revelation of the night before, the following day he is going to try to contact the other three and suggest that they meet at the church.
Very good. Is any objections? Does everybody want to meet at the church?
Yeah, meeting at the church makes a lot of sense.
Okay, Dorothy, I'll just remind you that at this meeting, you worry that Wilhelm is inside you and controlling you in some way, or perhaps controlling others. And so
I'm about to make that worse.
Okay. You all are sitting in pews. It's the middle of the day, and Father McClintock has something to tell you.
Yeah, Father McClintock is pacing up and down nervously in front of the pews, and I'm sorry to drag you all here together like this. I know we weren't scheduled to meet for a little while longer, but I had a revelation last night. I came back to the church to pray for poor Wilhelm's soul before heading to bed, and when I entered the church, when I stood upon sanctified ground, I had this realization that I had been under some sort of malign influence throughout the rest of the day, that something had been dogging me, perceiving me, something had been watching over me, and not in a good way. And even I don't know, maybe I'm thinking too much about this. Maybe I'm reading too much into the situation. But my fear is, even if this entity that we have encountered is Wilhelm, and I'm not saying it is, but even if it is, it got me thinking, in a situation as he describes, how many of us would even stay human? Even the strongest of us would be corrupted by such power, wouldn't we? But I don't know.
Well, even if he has,
maybe I'm too concerned.
Well, I think you're right to be concerned, Father. But even if he has been corrupted, his powers, he's trying to use them for good. For Dorothy and I, we talked to him last night in a dream, a shared dream.
My dear Miss Palmer, my dear Miss Palmer, there is a reason why the proverb tells us the road to hell is paved with good intentions. It doesn't matter what our intentions start out as. If our desires and our actions are corrupted by power, then we may do the most terrible things while we believe ourselves to be good.
Well, how could convincing a mafia boss to turn his life of crime aside, how could that be a bad thing, Father? Tell me that.
I'm sorry. What?
Mario Salvatore. Ever heard of him? Mafia boss, drugs.
I must admit, I'd rarely move in those circles.
Well, I know him, and I know him to be a pretty bad cat.
Wait, how do you know this guy, Desi?
Oh, just some of the girls I work with, darling. Just some circles I run in.
Right.
Nothing personal.
Yeah, pretty handsome guy.
Oh, I don't like Italians.
Oh, I forgot.
Okay. Well, definitely a 1920s attitude.
Your relationship has been saved by racism.
Yeah, just a light racism.
Yet again.
Yeah.
Based on Lincoln, what you're giving out here, I would like for you to make a psychology roll, and I would like for Father McClintock to make a fast talk roll.
Oh, shit. Okay.
I've failed terribly. 88 over 10.
Yeah, well, I've got the base on fast talk, so I don't see this going well. Oh, I rolled a 10.
A great roll.
You see, there's the temptation to spend 5 points of luck and turn that into a success. At the same time, I kind of want dramatically to fail this, so I'm not going to.
Very good. But it looks like you failed less than Lincoln, who is so bad at psychology. So the reason I asked for it is because I think that their fast talk doesn't just control what you say. It also controls how much you're able to hide your emotions or your true intentions. And I think that perhaps you are getting quite emotional and intense when you are describing desires and things like that to Desiree Palmer. Fortunately, Lincoln, he knows something's up, but he thinks it has something to do with this mafia boss.
He's worried about the dream he had last night as well. He's preoccupied.
Did either of you have a dream about Wilhelm? Did he visit you?
I think he did, but he wasn't there. But it was the big game, and I threw the touchdown pass.
All right. So anyway,
and Ricky dropped it. Remember, I told you about Ricky and his hand.
Yes, you've had this dream before, sweetheart.
We talk about Ricky all the time.
But it's been so long that I think Wilhelm put that in my brain. Do you understand?
Sure, of course.
Dorothy, that's horrific. I mean, now we have Lincoln saying Wilhelm put something in his brain, and you know that Wilhelm is putting things in your brain.
Just a little too loudly, I think, in the middle of someone else. Father McClintock, you said that you realized this is happening? Is there something that you did to relieve yourself of the burden of this foreign alien presence?
Prayer, my dear Miss Larsen, prayer. I understand that not all of you share my faith, and that has never been a barrier to us working together, but sometimes you have to understand that faith is the greatest defense we have against certain forces. I can try to protect you as long as we are here on sanctified ground. I believe we are safer than outside the mundane world, but there is only so much I can do for you. The ability to protect yourself has to come from within and from your relationship with the divine.
Well, that's not helpful now. This is it, right? We have a something, a spirit. Perhaps it is Wilhelm, perhaps it is not, but he can inhabit people or visit them. And so we cannot trust anyone, even each other.
Well, I trust you.
That is illogical. It is foolish. It's irrational to think that. How would you know? How do you know if it is me speaking, telling you these things, and not a force? You know.
Well, if Wilhelm was controlling your body, why would he tell me to doubt what you're saying right now? That's illogical.
He's trying to drive a wedge. He's trying to drive a wedge between all of us. We must all pray now. No. Anyone who doesn't pray is obviously possessed.
Oh, well, then our Father who art in heaven.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Dorothy, but I interpret your beliefs to be extremely non-religious up until this point.
Yeah, it's just, yeah. There's no need for a God when you have, reason.
Logic and common sense.
Yeah.
Can I hear what Dorothy's attempt at a prayer sounds like?
To whom it may concern.
Wait, that tickled me so much.
Okay.
German.
That's good. That's good. It starts that way. I think we can figure out how the rest of it goes. You finish praying, and you are in a beautiful cathedral in the middle of the day, and the sun is shining through the windows, and you feel safe.
It works. It's very good. Yes.
You feeling better now, sweetheart?
Mechanically, does this resolve my madness at all?
No, I told you 24 hours, but some people may hide things from other people, I mean, yeah.
Yes. It is all good.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
Now we can talk about next steps moving forward. So Wilhelm told Dorothy and I in our dream that he was going to try to influence Mario Salvatore to give up his life of crime, and that there was no way to contact him, but he would contact us. And then he said he had to go, that he was being called back.
That's interesting, Desi, but I feel like you're trying to shift the focus away from my dream.
Oh, okay, sweetheart. Yes. And then Wilhelm knocked the ball out of Ricky's hands, and that's an omen for something. Yes. Okay, but what do we do? What do we do now?
I find myself fascinated by the way this spirit, let's call him Wilhelm for convenience, even if he turns out not to be Wilhelm, he appears to be Wilhelm. I find it fascinating the way Wilhelm keeps being called back somewhere. This seems to tie with what the book suggested about there being some tethering. It makes me think that he has been called back to whatever it is that he is tethered to. Assuming it is Wilhelm and not something pretending to be him.
He disappeared before Dorothy can ask him about the jar and what was in it. But we should, if he comes to anyone, somebody bring that up right away.
Do you want me to call Dr. Morgan? Is anybody into that?
You also could go and have access to the jar and investigate it yourself if you wish, but you can also ask Wilhelm next time you see him.
Dr. Morgan, remind me who that figure is.
Dr. Morgan is a consultant that you've used. He is one of Lincoln's former professors at Miskatonic University, and he is a full medical doctor, as well as being initiated into the mysteries of the supernatural.
And he gave me a C because he's a big football fan.
That's right.
Then maybe, yes, we present him with the contents of the jar and ascertain exactly what they are. It did seem like at least some of them were of human origin. You mentioned there was hair. That could be very significant. Certainly in ritual magic and ceremonial magic, there is the association of parts of the body with the whole, what is called sympathetic magic. This may be related here.
Out of character, like Egyptology and Egypt was like such a fad in the 20s. It was so like popular culture, Tutankhamun's like tomb and all of the like pyramids and stuff. Would we know, or could I roll something like about, I don't know, current events or something, to know a little bit about Egyptology and specifically the way that's like body parts play into Egypt?
Yeah, I hear you.
Ritual.
You would have to either look it up because you don't have that knowledge on your own. It wouldn't just be kind of floating around like common knowledge, you know? Or someone with archaeology could roll their archaeology. Or as I said, you could use library use to kind of look it up. And if I'm not mistaken, Desiree's not much for either of those things.
No, she's not, but she's certainly higher in library than archaeology.
Okay.
Lincoln has archaeology. It must have been Dr. Morgan's class.
Perhaps a trip to Miskatonic is not completely insane. They have a beyond the excellent library, and they have a consultant who can maybe tell you what to make of this jar.
Okay, I think that's a really good idea. I think we maybe should see Dr. Morgan, and we can bring him that jar, and we can ask him if he knows any Egyptologists or if he's familiar with the subject.
Okay.
So if I'm understanding correctly, what you're proposing is that we take the jar from the ritual space, take it out of that place, remove it.
Well,
No,
Exactly.
You do present an interesting point there, Miss Larsen, that while it is within the ritual circle, maybe that is containing something.
can we take just a little tuft of hair and a few of those crumbs as a sample? Do we think that would break the spell?
Who is to say? It is, I do not know any spells myself. It occurs to me that you do, Miss Palmer, know spells.
I'm a little familiar with the subject. And her hand drifts to one of the pockets of her traveling costume, and where you might see the outline of a small book in her pocket.
Dorothy, you think that right now you are worried about taking the contents out of the ritual space, and you think it might be Wilhelm who's actually worried about the contents leaving the ritual space.
Oh, we're fucked.
Perhaps if he has been influenced by some darker forces, the tether is not to the world, but to something evil. Perhaps it is. But is this? All right. Listen, I think that perhaps I should sit quietly here and think for a minute. Thank you.
You do that, sweetheart, and you get a big glass of water or something. Why don't Lincoln and I go collect that jar, and we'll meet you in Punxsutawney or wherever it was.
Arkham, Miskatonic University. Do people want to take a trip? Not everybody needs to go. Do people want to take a trip?
Now I want to go to Punxsutawney. February?
It's March, darling. It's March.
Oh yeah, we were just there for Groundhog Day. You got confused.
March 16th.
We're going to Arkham. Yeah.
I think that Dorothy would basically just want to go where their father McClintock is going, because she feels like he is probably the best defense that she has against the dark arts.
Then I think Father McClintock is quite happy to leave Lincoln and Desiree to drive up to Arkham. I think, yes, perhaps we still need to finish searching Wilhelm's townhouse. There may still be secrets to be uncovered there.
You stay here and you leave me and Lincoln alone.
I'll just also say, Father McClintock, that your initial reading of the book was a skim that gave you a really interesting clue, but a deep study of the book might reveal more clues.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's split the party.
Can we sketch the ritual symbols as well and take that with us?
Yeah.
I'm sure you can. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Do we need to roll anything for sketching? Does anybody have sketching?
No, I'm not gonna make you do that. It's simple enough. Like even someone who can't draw could probably make some of these symbols if they're just copying them onto paper. Yeah. Are you taking the entire jar?
if they'll let me, I think that makes the most sense. If everybody else lets me take the jar.
Yeah. Do they let you?
I think, yes, I think you might as well, because I suspect that taking any out of the circle will have the same effect as taking all of it. So you might.
Well, all right then. For convenience sake, I want to take a little duster, sweeper broom, tiny broom, and brush up all those crumbs and hair back into the jar.
Okay.
Now, darling, you do have to be a little more careful, okay? I don't want you making such a mess.
We're going to say that the trip takes several days. So,
Ooh, can we take the train?
Yes, you do. You do.
Yeah, of course we do.
Days pass. While you're in Arkham consulting, what was it, Dr.
Morgan.
Dr. Morgan, I want to know, we're going to start with Father McClintock and Dorothy. What are you doing over the next several days? You're thoroughly investigating the the townhouse, reading the book? What are you doing?
I think that if Father McClintock is working on deciphering the book, then Dorothy might be kind of like running to libraries or whatever to look up additional like references or anything to try to really build out their understanding of like what's going on in this book. And, you know, perhaps she has some like other philosopher friends who are a little bit closer to the religious. And so maybe also kind of leveraging those people to try to get as comprehensive an understanding as possible about what it is that they're dealing with. And also every day, I think that she stops off by the church just to do a little bit more praying. Hello, it's me again. And then she'll kind of like buzz off to wherever she's going to do the research.
Give me, over these next couple days, give me a library use roll as you go through all of his things to try to get a bigger picture, a more complete picture of what he was trying to do. And Father McClintock, where exactly are your efforts going?
My efforts are primarily going into the book. I am quite happy to supplement that by going through the rest of his library and seeing whether there are any references that might help with this.
I think this deep study of the book requires several days, and you're actually putting in like 4 to 6 hour shifts on it. And I think that what I would like from you is a hard intelligence roll.
Okay.
And let me know, Dorothy, how your library use roll went.
Well, I did roll a 69. Nice, but that is a fail. But I will spend 4 points of luck to make that a regular success.
Okay. So you realize that although Wilhelm had collected all kinds of different types of occult knowledge, his special expertise was in life after death. And it's interesting that he never told you that. He always showed you that he had occult knowledge, esoteric knowledge, but he did not share with you that he was, based on his collection here, quite obsessed with the afterlife, near-death experiences, techniques for living on after the body has died. You do send out several letters to colleagues who you think might have some philosophical expertise that could help with this. All of them repeat things that you sort of already know or could read in in Wilhelm's letters, except one letter comes in and it is from a friend named, let's say, Alicia Sullivan. And Alicia says, I found your letter in very poor taste. I am not sure if this is the way that you meant to memorialize our friend Wilhelm, but I thought the tone of it and the content of it were offensive. I worry that your radical beliefs have led you down a road that you will regret later. Writing a letter purporting to be from a friend who has died and signing it with his name is not something I consider amusing. I think we should meet and talk this over. Please call.
Oh my God.
Make a sanity roll.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems fair.
Oh no.
I passed that. 24 under 33.
Wow.
Very well done. Just take a point off.
Uh-oh.
I do not like being accused of these things. Okay. I think that she will call. She'll call this friend.
Very good. She's going to do that, but I want to know how Father McClintock's intelligence roll went.
Not well at all. I didn't even pass a regular one, let alone a hard one.
Father McClintock, this thing is not a good Latin translation. It is a sort of, whoever was translating this, their use of the Latin vocabulary is and their interpretation is extremely unique. And you are having a lot of trouble parsing the things that you're finding out. But you're not quite sure how the binding spell works, but you think that you figured out that once the ritual is conducted, the person is bound to like the soul is bound to some earthbound object, person, place, or thing, and then once it's done, it's done. Meaning you're pretty sure that taking the jar away wasn't a disaster, right? Like you found the remains of a ritual.
Phew. Okay.
Yeah.
You don't really know all the ins and outs of it yet. You're just pretty sure that you haven't set off some sort of horrible magical trap.
What I'd like to do is push the roll if I can, because I'm struggling with this terrible Latin translation. So I wonder whether if I consult with a fellow priest whose Latin skills are better than mine, then he might have better ideas. If I talk to my old friend Father Matthew and just see whether he can make sense of this. I mean, I'm sure he's not going to like the contents one little bit, but he may understand them.
Yeah, absolutely. Father Matthew Tripoli. He can
An Italian.
An Italian man. Tripoli is a name that I planned out when I came up with this adventure. It's the first thing I thought of, and it's not something I just came up with off the top of my head. Yep. Okay, so you go and you take the book to him, and you may now push your roll. And remember, if you fail, something terrible happens. But with your friend helping you, I will give you a bonus die.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, well, I don't need a bonus die. That's a 14. So yes, that's an extreme on my intelligence roll.
Well, with the help of Father Matthew Tripoli, you realize that the way the ritual works is whatever's put into the center of the circle is the thing, it becomes the anchor or the fetter that holds the soul to the earth. And that anchor or fetter, it doesn't have to be the whole thing. Like, for example, if you were going to use a building as your fetter, you might take a brick from the building. Or if you were going to use a tree as your fetter, you might take a leaf from it. Meanwhile, in Arkham, Dr. Morgan looks up from his microscope and says, "Yes, definitely human. Some of these are nail clippings, and then there's some very old dried blood here, and well, of course, you knew that this was hair."
Yeah, I did figure that part out. He's got a scarf wrapped around his whole head, by the way, because the professor's never seen the scar. He's like Dark Man in here with a hat and scarf.
As usual, you don't have to make Cupp lose sanity for his character to act like he's having a bout of madness.
Mm-hmm.
Are you cold, Lincoln?
Yeah, these old academic buildings get drafty, you know? He really shined up his championship ring, so he's kind of shoving that in the guy's face.
Really understand you with your mouth muffled like that.
He'll undo just enough.
I found this. I don't think you noticed this. But when I got some of the other detritus off of it, look. And he holds up, and one of the shards of like the dust and like the detritus that was in the jar is kind of red and lacquered.
Red and lacquered. Is that nail polish or jewelry?
I think it's nail polish.
Nail polish. So then it's probably nail clippings from a woman.
A woman's nail. That's what I'd say. Yes. Oh, why am I looking at this?
Our friend Wilhelm did something in the cellar. We think it was a ritual, so we thought that with your esoteric knowledge, you might be able to help us figure out what he was doing with the ritual and if there are any consequences in taking this jar. But in hindsight, we should have asked that first before we came.
It was probably a love potion. That's what we think it was. And this, she's lying, obviously, to like protect Dr. Morgan. It's probably a a love potion, seeing that it seems a woman in there who's probably getting this person to fall in love with them. But is there any other clues we can tell from these materials about who they may have once belonged to?
If it was a ritual, these articles, these pieces of a person, they're meant to represent the person sympathetically. So, yes, a love potion sounds accurate. They were intended to ensorcel the person whom these clippings and hairs belong to.
But what about these symbols? And I'll hand the sketch over to Dr. Morgan.
Yes. I'm not an Egyptologist by trade. Let me take a look.
So Dr. Morgan looks at the sigils that Lincoln and Desiree have brought him after having analyzed the human remains that he found in the jar. And he makes his occult roll. And he tells you that he can't make heads or tails of this and that he is not an Egyptologist by trade.
Could you refer us to an Egyptologist?
No, I'm not going to send you to another expert and another expert. That is not the focus of this adventure.
All right, I suppose
Thank you, Dr.
fair.
Imagine
Morgan.
if the way I designed the adventure was they'll ask Dr. Morgan, but I want them to have to then go talk to someone else.
Yeah. So could I ask you though, did we recognize like the color of nail polish? Was it familiar to us at all?
Make a extreme idea roll. Make an extreme intelligence roll.
Great. Do we both get to roll that though?
Yes, absolutely.
Ooh, extreme. Oh, I made a hard. I'm 16 points away.
Ooh.
That's a little too much, I think, to spend luck. 16 points. Is it enough to know, do I wear red nail polish? Does Desiree wear red
You do not wear this shade.
I don't wear that shade.
It doesn't. You don't recognize it as a shade that you would wear.
Can I keep that sliver?
Yes, you may, of course.
Yeah, I want to take it with tiny little forceps or something that the doctor's got and slip it into a little wax paper envelope. What color's the hair?
The hair?
Can we tell?
It's just kind of like, it's either brown or black. It's dark.
Brown or black, dark hair. Okay. I'm going to take a little bit of that hair too and put it in my little wax paper envelope and stick it into my pocket.
Lincoln's confused. Like, are you going to cast a love spell?
Why would I need to cast a love spell when I've got my love right here? No, this is just for research purposes. Just for comparison. Later, I've got a hunch, and I need to confirm it.
Sure. Yeah. Well, I think we're going to leave, Dr. Morgan. It was great to take the train out here.
It's been a pleasure. We love a train ride. My baby loves a road trip.
Well, you've been out here a couple days, okay?
Yeah.
You didn't show up, immediately walk in here, have him say what he said, and then leave.
No, you probably gave me a tour of the campus.
Yeah, we went to the stadium. Yeah,
you
reenacted the winning touchdown.
The spot where Rick dropped the ball and all that. Okay, so you prepare to return to New York City, and now we turn to Dorothy Larsen. Dorothy, you're going to meet your friend Alicia Sullivan. You've set up a meeting at a coffee house in Midtown, and as you are walking, you spot a newspaper headline. A man is just kind of holding a newspaper as he waits for the bus. And it says, local real estate developer falls from balcony.
Oh.
And it says, Mario Salvatore, dead, possible suicide. Please make a sanity roll.
Oh, God, poor Dorothy.
No, this is all part of he failed by one, and I'm just going to go ahead and eat that.
Oh, you can't use luck on a sanity roll anyway.
Can't.
All right.
Failed by one.
What did I have here for the...
This is good. This is right and good.
You remember that you were the one that told Wilhelm to talk to Mario Salvatore. And now it appears that Mario Salvatore has fallen from a high height, and you lose 3 more sanity.
I am pretty sure that takes me more than a 5th of my sanity.
More than a 5th within this scenario, but not more than a 5th within what is it? 24 hours? Is that right, Cupp?
Okay.
Yes, until you sleep. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Until you sleep.
Perfect.
So we're gonna get Dorothy all the way down to 0. Don't worry. Dorothy, you are probably quite discombobulated during your meeting with Alicia Sullivan. She's waiting at the coffee house for you.
Can I ask a quick question?
Absolutely.
So is Alicia kind of in the know about all of the occult stuff and, like the
no,
research? Okay.
Alicia is not. Alicia is, I would say, a Jungian philosopher. So she is not a psychoanalyst or psychiatrist by trade, but she studies mythology. She studies human culture, anthropology, and things like that. And you had kind of set out a wide, went in a wide circle to try to find out if anybody knew anything about Wilhelm. And she is waiting for you in this coffee house, in a hotel, in the lobby of a hotel in Midtown.
Hello, Alicia. It has been a while.
Dorothy, sit down.
Yes.
Are you quite okay?
I will be honest. I am not sure how to answer that question.
I recognized your script. And she pushes a letter across the small table to you.
Yeah, Dorothy will grab it and just she wants to know what the fuck she wrote.
Yes. You don't recognize the letter at all. But it does appear to be in your handwriting. And it is signed Wilhelm Vogler. Digging into the actual paragraph, it is just telling Alicia how he has discovered he can now see anywhere he wants to see. He can be anywhere he wants to be. He has such peace and such joy now. And if you were not privy to the experiences you've recently been privy to, it would sound like someone had written a letter from Wilhelm Vogler saying, "I'm in heaven now," more or less. But having actually talked to Wilhelm, it does sound like some of the craziness that he's been sharing with you. And it is in your handwriting, and it is signed Wilhelm Vogler. I understand that his death has been hard on you, but I worry about the state of your composure if you're writing such things.
I understand, and I share your concern. I must admit I have no memory of writing any of this. But it is my handwriting. I apologize.
Maybe it's time for you to take a little break. I know a place outside the city where an intellectual like yourself might go to relax for a couple days. Have you been visiting the Sapphire Club a lot recently?
What is a lot? I work with Miss Palmer, and she, works there, so...
Miss Palmer is perhaps not someone who values your safety and your health. When I read The Mind-Body Enigma, I was struck by your dedication to physical rigor, to not polluting your body with substances.
Yes. It is.
And now I receive this, the product of a troubled mind.
I have no excuse. I have no explanation. I have not been consuming any. I had some scotch for Wilhelm, but I do not. Where's this place that I can go to rest?
I'll give you the number. Or, if you prefer not to pay, perhaps go to your cabin for a while. Get away from the city.
Of course, it has been so hectic. I did not think. Yes.
She gives you the number of what is basically the 1920s version of a rehab facility.
Can I take that letter?
You may take it. I suggest you tear it up and throw it in the trash.
I will do that. I must think hard about what I have done.
Very good. The meeting is over, and you abscond with the letter. And I'd like to return to Lincoln and Desiree on the train. It's late, and people are sort of sleeping in their berths. And you notice, I don't think you guys have a private car. You're not like extremely wealthy rich. So you're in one of those cars where people sit, kind of like 2 or 3 on a bench, and they kind of, it's kind of like a private room, but it's got several passengers in it, and it's comfortable. You can kind of take a nap if you want.
Lincoln, sweetheart, if you're feeling sleepy, why don't you just rest on up on my shoulder?
Yeah, I'll do that.
No problem. And Desiree, are you remaining alert?
Yeah, Desiree's going to stay awake. She's thinking about this red nail polish. She's thinking about how Wilhelm, if he had wanted to tie himself somewhere to the earth, to a person, that it would have probably been Dorothy. And now she's seeing the nail polish, which makes her think it's a woman, and she can't remember if Dorothy wears red nail polish herself, but she's worried now about, and she's remembering how Dorothy said, "Is Wilhelm living in my mind?" And now she's thinking maybe Dorothy was onto something. Maybe he is living in her mind. Maybe he's tied himself to her body.
Making a call. Well, you know what? That's very well reasoned. And I'm not going to make you make an occult roll. You think that Dorothy might be the Fetter.
This podcast is brought to you by Aura. Imagine waking up to find your bank account drained, bills for loans you never took out, a warrant for your arrest, all because someone stole your identity. Hackers aren't waiting. Why are you? That's why we're thrilled to partner with Aura. Your personal data is a goldmine for hackers, and Aura helps lock it down. Aura monitors the dark web, blocks data brokers from selling your information, includes a VPN for private browsing, and a password manager to secure your accounts before criminals break in. For a limited time, Aura is offering our listeners a 14-day free trial plus a dark web scan to check if your personal information has been leaked, all for free at aura.com/safety. That's aura.com/safety to sign up and start protecting yourself and your loved ones. That's aura.com/safety. Terms apply. Check the site for details.
Thank you for listening to Ain't Slayed Nobody. For ad-free episodes, lots of bonus content, and special programming, please join our wolf pack at patreon.com/ain'tslayed or subscribe to Ain't Slayed Nobody Plus at Apple Podcasts. Nothing helps the show more than becoming a subscriber. See our show notes for full credits and help us grow by posting friendly reviews and spreading the word to your friends and followers. Thank you, and good luck out there.